Solutions. I am Engineer Mazani, and I'm going to take you through our new tutorial series on geological databases in Surpac. What you're going to do is you make sure you have some a data set, true data to practice with. And okay, let's just dive right into it. We know that the basis of any mining operation is drill data. We need the exploration data for us to be able to know what we are dealing with, to analyze or to map what we want to map. So here is my drill data that I'm working with. I have my assay, collar, geology, and survey. We will discuss more as we go through the tutorial. Okay, so you set your work directory. Here I'm in the geology profile. You set your working profile. And the next thing is for you to create a geology database in Surpac, just going to come here to databases and you click on open or new. So if you just want to open a database that you already exists, just going to click this drop down arrow and you select the database. But in this case, I want to create a new database. I'm going to call it tutorial like this. And I'll click apply. I'll click apply again. Database type, we are going with access, but you can use Paradox, you can use ODBC with Surpac. These are different versions of access. So I'm just going to go with this access here. And also for this part, you are asked to define whether you are going to use stored or calculated YXZ survey and symbol coordinates. We are going to be using the calculated coordinates in this case. Why? Because if I am to check with you in my data set, my collar data, it contains my OID, my local north, local east, and the likes. But I have the coordinates here, but if I open for you the survey table here, I don't have that. I just have my OID, depth, deep, and the azimuth. So I want Surpac to create, to calculate rather, these coordinates for me. So I'm going to go with this option and I'll click apply. You are prompted with this window where you are asked to choose optional tables for new database. So with Surpac, you have mandatory tables, the collar and the survey. These you have to provide. And translation, well, doesn't matter because Surpac will deal with this one for you. So in this case, in my data set, I have additional tables. I have the assay table. I will just right click here and add. I have the geology table. For the table type, say that you're going for the interval table, the point table, the discrete table. For the interval tables, here, these tables are normally associated with drill data. We define the depth from and the depth to. If I check with you here, my assay table, it has meters from and meters to, is just depth from and depth to. For point tables, here you just define depth to by just going to a certain point. And if we are dealing with discrete tables, this you don't need the depth from and the depth to. Only the coordinates are needed for the discrete table. So here we are dealing with interval tables, and the issue on time dependency, we are just going with the assumption that whatever we're going to be working with and whatever we're going to be modeling does not depend on time in any way. So don't need to deal with time dependency here. Just define your tables as I've done here and click apply. Okay, there you go. Here you are supposed to define all fields for all tables, right? For our collar table, we have the OID. Just have to confirm with the tables that you have in your case. I have my OID over there, it's character, but for the length, let's put 30. Why? Because the length here is the sort of number of characters that will be allowed for an entry. If we're going to put a OID that is greater than 30, which is more than 30 characters, we have an error. So we're just going to put length of 30, just in case maybe our database is just going to continue getting larger and larger, such that we might reach such levels, such lengths, but that will be rare. Okay, so we're just going to put length of 30 to be on the safer side. Also, we are supposed to define, I have my color table. We have the local north, local east, the reduced level, our elevation. So we have it here, y, x, z. We have your maximum depth here, and the wall type. There is my wall type. I don't have wall path. So what I'm going to do is rather you leave it, tick this box, the now's box here. We don't have the wall path. We're not going to be using that, but we're going to add an optional field here of wall type. So I'll put my wall type here. Type, it's character. There are many different data types you can deal with. You have character, you have boolean for your true or false, you have date and time, we have duration, integers, real or a memo. So we're just going to put character and increase this length to 30. We don't want to encounter any errors. So the wall type, the character, and the length. Well, the case, just leave it, mix the case here, and there's no need for low high bound dealing with characters here. So yeah, I guess we are done. The wall path, said we are not including it. I'll move on to my survey. I have my OID, I have my depth. Where is my survey CSV file? This one. OID, I have my depth, I have my deep, and I have my azimuth. So the azimuth and the deep, they're over here. I don't have the northing, the easting, the elevation. So I'll tick these boxes, the nows boxes. I don't have these. As we mentioned earlier on, we asked our Surpac to calculate these coordinates for us. So I hope it's now making sense. We don't have them, just going to tick these boxes. And do we have any optional field? I doubt. Any additional field? No. OID is there, depth is over here, the deep over here, the azimuth over here, and we are done. Let's put 30 here. Please make sure you put 30 here, and yeah, I think that will be it for the survey file. OID, depth, yeah, we're worried with the length here, so put 30 here, and we move on to the assay. Here's my assay table, and we have to confirm that everything we have there is here in our in our assay. So here's my assay table. I have OID. Excuse me. Sorry for that. I have my OID. I have my sample ID, which is over here. We're just going to click the now box here. Just leave it checked like that. And the sample ID, if you are to check, you see that it's pretty long, right? What we're going to do is we are going to put a 30 here, and for the OID here, also put a 30 here. And what is it? Well, we don't have these coordinates, don't have these, so just nullify there, the depth from depth to sample ID. What else do we have? Not this one. We're using the assay. OID, sample ID, meters from meters to average lithium grade and sample type. So I'll just put average lithium. Okay, average lithium like that. And the type, put real. Number of decimal places, leave it at 2. Let's confirm for the assay. Yes, our grade is given to 2 decimal places, right? So this is a lithium percentage. What else? we need to define here. We need another optional field, and we are going to name it sorry for that. We are going to name it okay, what's written here? Symbol type, right? Symbol type and its character. So just say symbol type, which is a character here, and the length just put a 30 here for us to be on the safer side. So I think that does it. The OID, the symbol ID, the depth from, the depth to, and my coordinates I've nullified here. I've added the average lithium grade, the symbol ID. I have a 10 here, I have a 30. Oh, okay. Can move on. My geology, that's over here. The last table we are supposed to define. I have my OID. There's no symbol ID. I'll just leave that, but yeah, I'm going to put a 30. And I don't have these coordinates, so just make sure you tick these. You have your depth from, you have your depth to, since you're dealing with interval tables. And an optional table that you have here is lithology, it's character. And well, let's just increase this to 30, because I think we are not using codes here, we are using complete names, full names, right? So just put a 30 there on the safer side. I think that's okay. I have my OID, my depth from, depth to, I have my lithology, and that's what you have here on in your geology text file. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've defined 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one. So when you are done, I'm just going to click apply. You can check your message window to tell you new database called tutorial has been created, right? And you are automatically connected to the database. So I'll close this one and show you how we can connect our database. To connect your database, just come here, right click and open. I'll close again, or you can just drag and drop into your graphics window, and there you have it. But when the .ddb file was created, it was created along with the access database. We told our Surpac we want to create an access database, and we are going to open it to check. There you have your tables, the assay. Okay, the assay here. Okay, it's an empty database, but the tables which we defined, they are there. You can check the symbol type, the symbol ID, you have your caller there, you have your geology, the lithology is over there, and the likes. So, but there's nothing here, so we're just going to close it. And if you want to see, if you want to check your .ddb file, right click, edit, and we are just going to confirm that the character lengths that we put are what we have here. So we put a 30 in the color field, in the color table. For the OID we put a 30. For the water type also put a 30. For the survey we put a 30 for the OID. Do we have okay, that's for our survey. Let's go down again and check for our geology table. We put a 30 there. Did we have any symbol ID? Okay, we'll be in trouble. Let me check here. My geology symbol ID, I don't have symbol ID. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to input that. Maybe for the assay table we put a 30 here, symbol ID also put a 30 there. Okay, I think we are good. So congratulations guys, you've just learned how you create a new database in Surpac, a database of your choice. Here we're using Access database. So what we're going to do is, in the next tutorial we're going to learn how we import